What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Crease Crease Central. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Usually, we have some hockey content. Today, we're switching over to UFC, as that is our most successful
Go.
thing we could talk about.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right,
I still
so
can't believe we got like 500 views on that last UFC stream we did.
yeah,
It's up above 500 now, right?
yeah, it was a great, great stream.
Turns out a lot of people want to watch that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there's actually one thing I would love to talk about first: the new UFC pound for pound rankings. Have you seen them yet?
I have. I don't remember them though.
All right, so let's see how far you can. I'm looking at them right now. How far down do you think you can go?
I'd say I could get at least the top 5, maybe
All right,
more
let's
than
do it
that.
then. Go number 1,
Volkanovski,
2,
Adesanya.
3.
Hmm.
This is basically where do you think they have Usman ranked?
I'm pretty sure Usman was 4.
Okay, so you got 4, yet you still don't have 3.
Edwards is 5.
No,
He's 3?
he's 6.
What? Okay, then Ngannou's 5.
Yeah, you
Who's
still haven't gotten
3?
3.
Oliveira?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Alright, so Oliveira 3, Usman 4.
7.
Wait, who was 5? Was it
Ngannou.
Ngannou? Alright. So 6 was Edwards. 7, Sterling?
Yup. Number 8 is now where it gets tricky because we're kind of starting to run out of champions here.
Okay, so then I was gonna say Figueredo, but since you said we're running out, then I probably won't.
I
Actually,
didn't
no.
say he wasn't a champion.
Figueredo.
Nope. Poirier. Alright, I think that's enough of.
Wait. So 8, Dustin Poirier. 9 has to be Figueredo then.
Yup.
And then, what other champions do we have left? I don't think Projaka's top is on the pound for pound list, and he's the light heavyweight champion.
You don't think Projaka, a champion, is on the pound for pound list?
I don't remember seeing him there.
Okay, I'll accept your take. You want to hear number 10?
It's Projaka then.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna read down the list.
Okay, wait. So there's 3 more, right? Or 5 more?
4. You're
4
at
more.
11, so there's 5 more.
Okay, 5 more. I could guess this. Maybe not in order, but I know Colby
Yeah.
Covington was not on there, which is dumb.
No? He should be on there, yeah.
I agree. He 100% should. And this is just men's, so
Yes.
that's a tough one.
I'll give you a hint, there are no more champions. Actually, technically there is one more champion left on this list if you would like to count that.
What do you mean?
Not sure if you want to count it, though.
What do you mean? If I would like to count that?
Because he's not... Okay, it's an interim champion,
Oh,
basically.
Brandon Marino,
Yeah, he's on there, but what spot?
the last one.
Yes.
So
Okay,
he's
now there's-
15th.
Now,
Or
there's
16.
2 guys who haven't fought in a while on this list.
Jon Jones. I remember this.
Okay, it's 12.
One guy you said hasn't fought in a while.
Yeah. I don't think he's fought in a while, unless I missed one of his fights.
I'm just trying to go through the divisions. Can't be someone in.
I don't think he's fought until he lost the title. I'll give you that.
So his last fight, he lost the title.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Huh? Glover Teixeira? But he fought recently.
No, Stipe Miocic.
Right.
And then I'll just give you the last 2, which would be Max Holloway and Piotr Jan.
I could gotten
Alright.
Max. Jan, I would have struggled,
Yeah.
but Max I could have gotten.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So weird.
overall,
Like, I'm looking at their
Dustin Poirier
website.
should be lower, even though I love Dustin. He should be lower.
Yeah.
Colby Covington should be on there. 15th. 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 15th.
I don't know why Jon Jones is still on the list. I feel like you should have to at least fight in the last year to be on the pound for pound
Well, it's
ranking.
because you already know as soon as he returns, he'll shoot up to number one.
Yeah, but he still just hasn't fought, and I feel like that should be
No,
a reason to disqualify him right now.
will be as long as Jon Jones is in the UFC, he is the best UFC fighter. But is he
Yeah.
in the UFC right now?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Not
he's in a jail
really.
cell somewhere. I'd say he's in a jail cell somewhere, but
Speaking
all
of
right.
which, that brings me into one of my topics, which is, will Jon Jones actually fight at heavyweight in December? And will it be Ngannou or will it be Miocic?
I think it's gonna be Miocic if he fights in December.
And it'll be at heavyweight, which everyone wants to see.
Yes. I
Good.
don't think I think Ngannou probably fights the winner of Tuivasa versus Gon.
He already fought Gon.
But I could see a rematch happening there because the UFC is really trying to prop up Cyril Gon.
Yeah,
Before that, the UFC was really trying to boost Gon into that championship spot.
Dana White was praying that Gon would beat Ngannou.
Yeah. I don't know why though. Ngannou is like the biggest fighter. Like, knockout power is literally something people really want to see.
I think, what if this is a four-man tournament between Gon, Tuivasa, Jones, and Miocic?
Okay.
Because Miocic, he wants a trilogy with Ngannou, and it will be an actual trilogy, because he's only beaten him once, and he lost him once.
Yeah.
Jon Jones
'Cause I
versus
think-
Ngannou, who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah. I think Miocic is really owed a rematch at this point. Because he was the champion for so long and he lost one fight.
Yeah. Also, didn't he... No, he lost twice. Because he lost to Daniel Cormier once. And then, that's the whole thing, is that Cormier got the third fight.
Yeah, but like, since his reign with Cormier, he only lost one fight. It's not like he fought someone else and lost.
No.
He's been waiting for that rematch for so long now.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I believe... Yeah, so... Miocic was the champion. DC took his title. Then Miocic took it back, right? And then
Yes.
DC opted for a third fight, and Miocic defended his title against DC. So that's
Yes.
pretty much what happened here. Miocic defended his title once against Ngannou. Then in a rematch, Ngannou challenged for his title again, won it, and now Miocic wants him to defend that title against him. Which I feel like, on one hand, he is owed a rematch because he's arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Yeah.
But do you want someone like Miocic to be the champion? Like, my man, he actually speaks English, but he can't say words. like,
Yeah.
have you heard him talk?
He's not the most marketable fighter, so
No.
I understand why the UFC probably wants him out. But still, he's owed a rematch. He was the champion for so long, and usually the champions get that rematch after they lose.
Yeah.
Like, who was the
look at
last major
Kamaru.
champion to not get Kamaru's going to get the rematch. Like, who was the last champion to really not get a rematch?
Tyron Woodley.
Not named Habib, who just completely retired.
Tyron
That
Woodley.
won't count.
Tyron Woodley
Yeah.
was the welterweight champion for a pretty long time. Usman beats him. Woodley's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought Gilbert Burns. He fought Colby Covington. Lost both of those. Well, I feel like maybe he tried to fight Burns to really build himself back up to Usman. But
Yeah.
he should have taken the rematch right away. Maybe it wasn't even offered.
Yeah, if he had that rematch option, I don't think that counts either. Because, like, every single time a champion loses, they get their rematch opportunity. Like, Jan got the opportunity to rematch Sterling.
Speaking of which, Jose Aldo, he wanted a rematch. He did not get it.
Yeah. Okay, there is one. I found one example of it, by the way. Which would be Jan Blachowicz never got a rematch against Teixeira.
Well, I mean, and
That's
now...
like the only example I can really think of.
But was Jan? He only had one title defense though, and that was against
Yeah, I
Adesanya.
know.
What?
I know.
Well,
But there's really never been an example of a major champion who never got their rematch opportunity.
yeah. The only example I gave was really Woodley and Aldo,
Yeah.
and Aldo was a
Like,
very major champion.
like Nunes lost, and she had a whole like the Ultimate Fighter season named after her. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Usually when a champion that's been a champion for so long loses their title, they want a rematch. But yeah,
so I am
what'd you say?
scrolling through the UFC. Wait, no, those are the pound. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. That was.
What'd you think?
I thought that was the bantamweight. I saw Nunes as a champion. I thought I was looking at the women's bantamweight. I saw Valentina Shevchenko at 2. I'm like, how the hell is she still ranked number 2 in bantamweight? Then I realized it was just pound for pound.
Yeah. Speaking of trilogies,
Yeah.
that's a
That,
trilogy. All right,
I
technically,
mean, Nunes won the first 2, but
no.
it's like
Chael
it's like
Sonnen makes
losing.
it known. Chael Sonnen makes it known that
Yeah,
if you win
she
two
should have won.
fights, it's not a trilogy.
She should have won the first one of the 2 fights. I mean,
Who,
she did
Valentina?
win. I think the second. Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't actually watch the fights, but
because they were very, very close fights.
yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think we have to end off 2022. We have one pay-per-view date that's not booked, and it's in December. I believe it's in Las Vegas. Jon Jones.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's tailored for Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Because what do we have coming up? We have 279, which is next weekend. Chimaev
Chimaev
versus Diaz,
versus Diaz, and then 280 is Oliveira versus Makayev.
which is a stacked card.
Yes.
Then
Then
281 in
hey, hold up.
Yeah, what?
They just don't even have it scheduled yet on the UFC website. It goes from 281 to 283. Like they don't even have it marked down on the website yet.
Wait, is 283 confirmed yet?
Yeah, it's gonna be in UNSC Arena in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
That's Masvidal versus Burns. Yes.
Well, technically it's not marked down yet, but
Not
yeah,
confirmed,
it is.
but it's gonna be that.
Yeah,
But
it's
anyway,
gonna be.
281 in November in Madison Square Garden is
Adesanya
Adesanya
versus
versus Pereira. And then 282 in December in Las Vegas.
By the way, that has got to be the weakest MSG card ever.
For sure.
Like the card is
I mean,
Adesanya Pereira, Esparza versus Zhang, then Shabalov versus Azatar. I mean, like that's a weak MSG card.
It's 2 championship fights, but it's arguably the 2 most boring divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the women's strawweight and the men's middleweight. Those are the 2 most boring divisions.
You know what I think? Israel Adesanya is one of the most overhyped up fighters in the UFC. Like he's like Conor McGregor, but without any of the flash and more skill.
I think that Israel Adesanya is the Alexander Barkov of MMA. He was so underrated for so long that he became underrated, and now he's becoming. No, he was underrated, became overrated, and now everyone says he's overrated, so he's becoming underrated again.
Yeah. That man is like. Well, I don't want to really talk too much about hockey on the UFC podcast, but yeah, that's actually a perfect example of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Another good comparable is Ryan Strome. He goes from underrated to overrated every other day.
And like Adesanya walked out to his last fight with a fucking like the Undertaker. You know the Undertaker from WWE?
Yes, I know who the Undertaker is.
He walked out with a fucking urn in his hand. Acted like he was gonna kill his opponent. Fucking wrestled him to a 5-round decision.
Well, I mean, some guys just aren't flashy, but he did everything right in that fight.
Don't act flashy if you wanna. Like, don't act like you're gonna kill your opponent if you're gonna wrestle him for 5 rounds.
That's true. Speaking of champions that got their rematch, Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
But he had to work his way up, though.
He did, true.
But yeah.
But I feel like Miocic was the champion long enough where he's owed
Yeah,
that
you can't
rematch
compare the
opportunity.
legacy of Stipe Miocic to Robert Whittaker, who, by the way,
Whittaker was good, but he wasn't Miocic.
yes.
Champion forever.
Speaking of Whittaker, he is fighting on the co-main event this weekend on the
On a
undercard
fight
of
night.
Gan versus Tuivasa, a fight night.
You know it's a great fight night if Robert Whittaker and Marvin Vettori are fighting on your undercard. Not your undercard,
co-main event of a fight night.
That card's Gan Tuivasa, Whittaker, Vettori. Then it kind of falls off after there.
Robert Whittaker went from being the main event on a pay-per-view bout to being the co-main on a fight night.
I think it's the Paris, France fight night too, so it's an international week fight night.
Is that
which always means it's gonna. Usually they make those fight nights better just because it's an international card.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, we will be streaming that.
Yes,
so
we
check
will.
that out. I will possibly not be.
I thought it was last week actually.
Yeah.
But
very possibly I might not be over here, so I might have to cause I'm going to see my brother upstate, so I might just bring my laptop and stream from a cabin. That's probably what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'll still make it no matter what, or at least I'll try.
yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be exciting. A potential return of Jon Jones. The heavyweight division is looking exciting. Which
I didn't know Tony Ferguson was fighting on 279.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Chimaev Diaz card is dead. You got Tony Ferguson in the co-main, and that's it.
I mean, it has Kevin Holland, but
wait, is Kevin Holland the guy that just talks in the middle of his fights?
Kevin Holland was that guy who I believe had that crazy knockout last year.
No, is he the guy that's just in the middle of the? So remember during COVID when there were no fans in the stands and you could hear what the fighters were screaming?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
didn't watch too many fight nights at the time, but
I'm pretty sure he was that guy where in the middle of a wrestling exchange he's like, "Yo, DC, where's my wrestling advice?" or something like that. I think he's that guy, or I might be confusing him with someone else.
Yeah, that 279 card is just weak though.
I mean, Chimaev versus Diaz is a weak main event on its own.
Yeah, I don't think Diaz. He's a good sell, but I don't think he should be a main event of any card right now.
I mean, his last fight with Leon Edwards, he was not even the co-main. He was the third.
Yeah.
The third. Yeah, that was a stacked card, by the way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that Adesanya versus Romero? Let me check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a stacked.
No, Romero has been gone for way too long.
So has Nate Diaz. Or what?
No,
no, it wasn't Romero. It was someone else. But
let's see, who was it? I'm looking through their past events right now.
Yeah, who
Whittaker?
was it? No, it wasn't Whittaker. Was it Costa? Nope, was not Costa. Who is this? No, I remember it was Adesanya fighting someone, and then there was a women's championship fight as the co-main, and then the third one.
UFC likes to make women fight for some reason.
Yeah, and then the third fight was Diaz versus Edwards.
Let's see, UFC Adesanya versus Vettori, and no, there wasn't a women's fight.
What was
it was a flyweight fight.
Oh, it was Marino. It was Marino versus Figueiredo, right?
And then it was Edwards Diaz. Then Damian Maia versus Bilal Muhammad as the fourth fight.
That's a stacked card.
Yeah, I mean, remove Adesanya from it and get someone who's entertaining.
But Adesanya sells.
I don't know why Adesanya sells so well, though.
Because he's one of the best fighters in the UFC right now. He has the longest champion winning streak, or title defense streak. Now that Usman's gone, he has the longest.
Yeah, but he's still fucking boring, dude.
Wait, I need to check the facts here, but I'm pretty sure. Can you guess the top 2 longest title defense streaks right now in the UFC?
Let me look up.
No, can you guess it?
Adesanya number 1, obviously.
This is all champions.
No, it can't be Nunes.
No,
because she lost.
She lost.
Sonya 1, Shevchenko 2.
I'm pretty sure that's correct. Or
Actually,
Shevchenko might be
Shevchenko
one,
might be
actually.
one.
I'm pretty sure
Because she's
Shevchenko's
been a
one.
champion for a while.
Here, I think... Wait, this is all time. What about currently? Yeah, Shevchenko number 1 with 7.
Yeah, because she's been the champion for a while. She's just never in any main events. Because she's really...
Speaking of which, did you know that when Nunes and Usman, their streaks ended, their streaks were at 5. Adesanya's current streak is 5.
Izzy.
Yeah, so
It's over. So, guys, Alex Pereira, when he wins that championship, who does he fight next? He probably
Kamaru
gets the rematch
Usman.
with Adesanya.
No, I'm
Kamaru
serious.
Usman. He's not going to go up to middleweight, though. Even then, because he wants to give his rematch to Adesanya, right?
No. That's the thing. The reason Usman did not want to go up to... The reason he wanted to skip middleweight was that he doesn't have to fight Adesanya. If he fights Pereira...
I feel like he wants to get his Okay, but yeah, now he can't do that, though, because he's not the welterweight champion.
Yeah, I feel
like you have to beat Edwards again first.
Yeah, he has to beat Edwards.
And then he can maybe defend the title once, just to prove yourself again, and then
I feel like he has to beat Chimaev. He can't leave that division without beating Chimaev. And then maybe, I mean, you'd like to see a Colby third fight because they've been close. But if you've beaten a guy twice, both in title bouts, and he's never been a real champion.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so what happens at 170 if Kamaru doesn't get the championship back?
So if Leon Edwards defends his belt against Kamaru, and it has to happen in Wembley Stadium. Has to.
Yeah. They might not do it at Wembley. I know the UFC doesn't like to do those big outdoor fights.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe
I'm pretty sure Dana White said he doesn't like the big outdoor. He likes it much closer in the arenas.
Okay.
Because it gives that bigger atmosphere, you know?
Okay, let's do the O2 arena. The UFC loves the O2 arena.
The O2, I feel like would be where it would be at.
Yeah, UFC loves the O2 arena.
Yeah.
Okay, just
the O2 arena in London. Kamaru versus Edwards.
Has to be in London.
That'd be worth 284. What would that be? 284, 285.
I think 5 is more realistic
around then.
Than 4. Well, you got to think that 284 would be in like January.
284 would be. I'm pretty sure 284
end of January.
Is in February. Pretty sure 284 is February.
Well, I mean, there's about one like UFC pay-per-view event per month, or like month and a half. Oh, your camera's gone.
Yeah. Ow.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, Zach's camera briefly disappeared. But we'll go on. Yeah, anyway, when he is back. But anyway.
Alright. I'm back.
Okay. Alright, there we go.
Alright. So
yeah.
The upcoming events. 283 is in January, so 284 would be in February.
Wait, 283 is in January?
Yeah. Because 281 November, 282 December.
Okay. Okay, yeah, 285 is March. August to March, that's a good amount of time.
I wonder if Dana White just gives them their own Ultimate Fighter at this point.
What do you mean?
Because that wouldn't be a bad Ultimate Fighter season.
What do you mean? Gives them...
Kamaru won the Ultimate Fighter, right?
Yeah.
So he could also come back. That could be a full Ultimate Fighter season like they do with Nunes versus Pena. Make that, like, hype that up through the Ultimate Fighter. Make it a big main event.
Nunes versus Pena was through the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, Nunes Pena was an Ultimate Fighter.
The first fight or the second?
What do you mean?
Which fight? The first or the second?
The Ultimate Fighter. You know what the Ultimate Fighter is? I'm confused.
I mean, not really. I haven't really watched it. I know that.
It's like it's like a reality show.
Oh, I thought it was something like Dana White's Contender Series where it's like a bracket
No.
thing. Oh, okay. Oh, Ultimate Fighter is basically you just get a fight and you do a documentary on it?
Okay, the Ultimate Fighter is they get a bunch of fighters and they get 2 big UFC stars as their coaches. And then whoever wins all the fights becomes the Ultimate Fighter, and they win a big cash prize and a UFC contract.
Hmm.
So Kamaru won his season of the Ultimate Fighter.
But he was an upcomer, right? He wasn't an
Yeah.
established UFC fighter.
No, he was an up-and-coming... That's where a bunch of up-and-coming fighters are. Like, let me read off some big Ultimate Fighter winners.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of them.
Yeah. Let's see, the Ultimate Fighter winners. Why is my computer running so slow?
Here, I can look it up.
I got it.
Okay.
Alright, so. Website's loading. It's a very slow website. Damn. This isn't even my computer this time. What's it got that shitty server going on?
Okay, wait.
Whatever,
I'll look
yeah,
it up.
you look it up, yeah.
Okay, then you just need to pass some time. Oh, your camera's gone again. But, ooh. There's a lot of good fighters here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Daniel Cormier, Charles Oliveira.
Daniel Cormier didn't win the Ultimate Fighter.
Says he did.
No, he was a coach on the Ultimate Fighter, not the winner.
Oh, this is. I looked up a list of winners. Said he has.
Hold up, here. Ultimate Fighter Wikipedia. Wikipedia, reliable.
Yeah, that I was in Wikipedia. Here, season. Okay, winners. All right, let me just go through them. Nate
That's not
Diaz.
right.
I see Nate Diaz.
Seasons. So here's some of the biggest winners I could find.
Tony Ferguson.
Diego Sanchez, Forrest Griffin, Rashad Evans, Michael Bisping won the Ultimate Fighter. So did Matt Serra. Nate Diaz won in season 5.
Tony Ferguson.
Yes, Tony Ferguson won. Michael Chiesa. Juliana Pena. Kamaru Usman. I feel like Leon Edwards was on a fight on Ultimate Fighter too.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Also, it's basically just they're good fighters already coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an exciting thing, huh?
Yeah. And then they do like a whole thing about it. I feel like that could be the perfect fight. Like that could be the perfect thing for it.
Yeah, could be. But wouldn't you want a rivalry for it though?
I mean, they didn't. There really wasn't a rivalry between Nunes and Pena.
Oh yeah, there was.
Not Ortega Volkanovski was literally no rivalry.
That's true, but that was a very good fight.
And you're saying Usman versus Edwards wouldn't be?
Well, okay, we watched the second fight.
Usman is probably one of the best fighters of all time, and then fighting the guy who beat him. I feel like that card would sell.
Okay.
And then do the Ultimate Fighter season based around it. That's going to get that season a lot of views.
Yeah.
Because there's really not too many major rivalries left in the UFC right now.
Yeah. I mean, what's a real?
They already did Colby. I feel like the only one I really could think of that would have been like fucking amazing would have been Colby versus Masvidal, but Masvidal is now done.
No, he's fighting Gilbert Burns. He's good.
Yeah, like he's done with Colby. He's not fighting Colby again.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be honest.
Only in a parking lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is there? That's a good question. Is there still an actual very good rivalry left in the UFC?
None major that I can really.
I mean,
Usman versus Covington, but Covington's probably not gonna fight him for
Jones
a while.
versus Ngannou. That's a good one. Jones versus Adesanya. It's also a good one.
Bones versus Adesanya. When did that happen?
Oh, they're going back and forth all the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Like, okay, but there's no like massive rivalry grudge matches coming up.
no.
Like no real, like McGregor versus Nurmagomedov.
Yeah. Yeah, not that I really see. I mean, there's like a bit of trash talking on like Oliveira versus Makhachev, but
But
that's not a
trash
rivalry.
talking is what you need to do during a major card. It's
Also,
not like
also Islam is just very entertaining.
there's actual hate there, you
No,
know?
probably not. I don't know. Is there really a rivalry left? I don't
No.
think so.
And there's none left that are viable fights at this moment.
Yeah.
Like Covington still has rivalries with Masvidal
But
and Usman, but
Covington is a rival with everyone.
true.
Do you breathe
Any
air? Covington does not like you.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, but that does. Yeah, that's an interesting point. There's really no rivalries.
Yeah, there isn't.
That sucks. Yeah, you want. I mean, is McGregor Poirier still a rivalry?
They're not gonna fight again, that's for sure.
Oh, they might.
McGregor has to win at least one or two more fights if he even wants
Dana
to.
White said that he wants to make a fourth fight, and Dustin Poirier said that the UFC have contacted him about it.
Okay, isn't McGregor filming a movie right now?
Yeah, McGregor's doing God knows what. Everything except fighting.
Yeah. I don't think McGregor's gonna be fighting for a while, even if he does fight again. We might have seen the last McGregor fight with that last Poirier fight.
Yeah. Also, I doubt he'd cut to 155 again. I think he's at least 170. Yeah.
McGregor's a welterweight now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I wanted him to fight Masvidal. Two
That would be-
kickboxers. They have a rivalry.
I mean, that still could happen because Masvidal has that massively long contract, and that fight, the two biggest selling fighters in UFC history, I think.
No, surely not.
I think Masvidal has the biggest fight card not involving Conor McGregor.
Was that the second Usman fight?
Yeah, or the first one, I think. Was it the first?
No, the 3 title fights was the second one. I need to see that card.
Build up.
I'm pretty sure
Top
Shevchenko
10
was.
pay-per-view. Top 10 biggest pay-per-view buys. 10 Rousey versus Nunes. 9 Rousey versus Holm.
Yep.
8 Lesnar versus Carwin. 7 Tate versus Nunes. 6 Alvarez McGregor. 5 Aldo McGregor. 4 McGregor Diaz. 3 Lesnar Mir. 2 McGregor Diaz and 1 McGregor Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
So never mind, Masvidal isn't on this list. I could have sworn he was though.
No, the Usman Masvidal 2 fight, it was insane because co-main was Zhang versus Namajunas, which is a championship fight, and then the third to last fight was Andre versus Shevchenko. So that was 3 title fights. That was a very good card, and then
I think apparently Colby Covington fought on the undercard of one of Conor McGregor's fights on 194, Aldo versus McGregor.
really.
It's weird looking through these old events and seeing like these now massive superstars
Let me
just
see.
fighting on these like
Luke Rockhold fought Chris Weidman as the co-main.
yeah, well they were good at the time.
Yoel Romero fought, he was third. Damian Maia. Max Holloway was on the bottom.
Yeah.
Let's look at the prelims. I don't see Colby here. Was he on the early prelims? No, I don't see Colby Covington on the McGregor Aldo.
194?
Yeah, he's not on here.
That's what the website says. Top 10 main card and prelims.
Yeah, he's not on the prelims. I don't see him here.
The fuck? Says he fought Willie Alves.
Wait, what?
What website are you looking at? He lost a minute into the fight via submission.
I don't know. But here's what I will say. The very next event, Dos Anjos versus Cerrone, UFC on Fox. Main event was Dos Anjos versus Cerrone. Third fight, Michael Johnson versus
Oh
Nate
my
Diaz.
god.
On the prelims, Valentina Shevchenko, Charles Oliveira. On the prelims, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards on the early prelims. Francis Ngannou on the first fight of the early prelims.
Vicente Luque is. I want to go through just some of these random fight night cards.
Bro, this was a
Henderson versus
stacked.
Benson Henderson versus Masvidal was a fight night.
Wow.
Seeing Masvidal on fight nights is always going to be weird.
This Dos Anjos versus Cerrone, nothing will top this.
That would be the biggest depth on any fight night for sure.
I mean, look at all the champions we have. We had, okay, Nate Diaz isn't a champion, but okay, Dos Anjos was a champion at one point. Charles Oliveira was a champion at one point. Valentina Shevchenko is still the champion.
Was a champion at one point.
Who?
Yes, he was a champion. No, because that fight was fought at welterweight.
Yeah. Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards both have been champions. Francis Ngannou is a champion.
Wow. The next Kamaru versus Edwards fight is going to get over 1 million buys. Wow. And that was the early prelims of a fight night.
The very first fight of the early prelims had Francis fucking Ngannou.
Dude,
that's crazy.
That's got to be the greatest, future fight night of all time.
Yeah.
I'm going through a bunch of old ones. This one's pretty good. Main event was Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Neil Magny on the...
Oliveira fought Holloway?
Yeah.
Who won? Was it Max?
Max won, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a featherweight fight, too.
Yeah, Oliveira wasn't that good at featherweight. But yeah, it's crazy how McGregor fought Holloway when they were in the amateurs or something.
I think they fought him in the UFC.
Or maybe it was when they were first coming up. But neither guy was at their best. It's crazy how many good matchups happened when those guys weren't really good.
Yeah. It's crazy as how many matches now would be these massive pay-per-view cards.
Yeah.
At the time they were all just shit.
No, they were prospects put on the early prelims.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
And it makes me wonder right now, on this early prelim that no one cares about, how many fighters are actually going to become big on those early prelims that no one really cares about, you know?
I mean, you never know. I remember watching Covington versus Masvidal. One of the fighters on the prelims was Umar Nurmagomedov. He might be the bantamweight champion one day.
I remember seeing Cosma on the undercards of stuff.
Yeah. But this Dos Anjos versus Cerrone card might be the best card of all time.
I want to go back on the UFC website and just rewatch that whole card because that is a great fucking card.
Yeah.
I think, let me see. Hold up. How many fights in that card is there someone I haven't heard of? None on the main event.
No. Most of the fights that you would have never heard of are on the main card. I mean, wait. I know Overeem. Who's Junior Dos Santos? I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Junior Dos Santos is?
No, I don't know who that is. Was he good?
He was pretty good. He was very good actually at one point.
All-Star Overeem has 47 wins. God damn.
Yeah. Well, he fought in a lot of Pride tournaments.
Yeah, Michael Johnson, Nate Diaz, I know both of those guys.
I counted, by the way, there are 4 fights in that card with people I haven't heard of.
Okay, which one? Was it the women's strawweight fight on the main card?
I've heard of Carolina Kovacevic.
Yeah, but do you know anything about her?
I know she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk on the Conor McGregor, I think it was Alvarez undercard.
Okay.
Not undercard. Third main event.
Yeah, there's a few on here.
It was a championship fight.
It's crazy how...
Okay, CB Dalloway versus Nate Marquette. Cole Miller versus Jim Alcers. Actually, I have heard of Nick once. I don't know much about him, so I'm not counting that. And then Josh Sullivan versus Ken McCroy. 4 fights on a fight night that I haven't heard of.
Yeah, that's actually really impressive.
That is a great. Okay, so what was your next talking point that you have written down, by the way?
Yeah,
Let's get
okay.
back into some of these talking
Yeah,
points.
speaking of which, we're talking about all these great fighters. But at the end of the day, the comparables to like all of like who are the greats. You know, people always talk about who's the GOAT. But to me, the best way to determine is what we call the Mount Rushmore. Who are the four faces on the UFC Mount Rushmore?
Habib, for sure.
I did not have Habib on mine.
Alright, mine is probably
Or no, maybe
Habib.
Habib was number 4. Maybe Habib was number 4 on mine.
So my GOAT is St. Pierre.
My GOAT is Anderson Silva. Oh, wait. No. My GOAT?
Anderson Silva had used PEDs, so I don't really count him as my GOAT.
No.
So
I think
Silva, Nurmagomedov. Oh, sorry, Pierce, Nurmagomedov, Silva.
Jon Jones is at the top. Wait, you can't not argue that Jon Jones isn't the GOAT.
Also uses PEDs.
Well,
Been caught using PEDs.
I mean, but at that time, everyone used PDs. Before USADA started testing, you don't know which one of them wasn't on PDs.
Well, I don't have anyone who didn't get caught using PEDs on my list besides Silva at number 3.
I mean, St. Pierre was definitely caught on PDs, was he not?
I don't think he was.
Pretty sure.
If he was, it's gonna devastate me, bro.
Pretty sure George St. Pierre was. Habib wasn't. I'm confident in that. Yeah, I think top 4 has to be Jon Jones, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, and Habib Nurmagomedov.
No, I looked up St. Pierre PEDs, nothing came up.
Well, yeah. Well, actually,
So,
I've heard a good point where Jon Jones, he's a Hall of Famer, right? No doubt. But
yeah,
someone that used PDs, can they be in the Hall of Fame?
yeah, I think they can, just because how many used to use it. But I don't like to count them in my GOAT arguments. Like, I think St. Pierre, for sure, is number 1 for me.
No, for me, St. Pierre is number 2 or 3. I think number 1, Jon Jones. St. Pierre is 2 or 3.
I also just don't like Jon Jones as a person. He's just
I don't
a
like
shitty
him either.
all-around person.
I don't like him either, but as a
I
fighter,
don't think
there's no
someone
one
that
better than
bad
him.
should be considered.
As a pure fighter, there is nobody better than him.
I think Silva and St. Pierre could have both beat them in their primes. Also, how many really, really good fighters has Jon Jones fought?
Alexander Gustafsson, Daniel Cormier.
He fought Cormier, yeah.
He beat him twice. Well,
Jon Jones' middle name is Dwight.
John Dwight. No, it has to be something with a J. Like John Jack Jones or something like that. Dwight? No.
No, it says his middle name is John Dwight Jones.
Damn.
It's Jonathan Dwight Jones.
Jonathan Jones. Damn. But yeah, okay. Okay, so that's your like top 4, the Mount Rushmore. Can you give us 4 backup names?
Or backup names?
Yeah, just
McGregor, Usman. I know McGregor probably doesn't deserve to be on there with his stats, but just the way he built up the UFC.
McGregor, Usman, Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, Nunes. Actually, you know what? Nunes goes. Actually, you know, my main one now is probably Nunes. All right, let's St. Pierre, Habib, Nunes, Silva.
You can't. So you're not putting Jon Jones as the top 4.
I don't like Jon Jones on the top 4. No.
Nah, it doesn't matter what you think of him as a person. I don't like him either. But as a fighter, Jon Jones is number 1 for me.
No.
Well, okay, well, speaking of which, then on the 4 backup, I have Amanda Nunes.
I have Jon Jones 5, McGregor 6. Just because of what he did for the UFC.
Okay, McGregor 6.
Am I allowed to put Dana White on the top 4?
No.
Because technically...
No. Okay, Usman 7. Number
Usman
8,
7, yes.
Daniel Cormier.
Okay.
I mean, he was a double champ.
I mean, true, but he wasn't... He was only the lightweight because Jon Jones got caught using steroids.
Well, then Jon Jones is number 1.
Fair.
But yeah, no, I think DC definitely deserves top 8.
All right, Who are the 3 people in the UFC that you think have built it to be as big as it is?
McGregor.
Dana, McGregor, and who else? Like, let's be
Dana
honest,
White, Conor
without
McGregor.
Dana White and Conor McGregor, I think the UFC is like verging on bankruptcy right now.
Joe Rogan.
Like Joe Rogan, yes, because he has that whole podcast,
And he was, before even the podcast and everything, he was an actor. He was one of the better known actors in the world.
He was like doing Fear Factor and stuff.
Yeah. I think the top 3 have to be McGregor, Dana White, and Joe Rogan.
Maybe Ronda Rousey might fall into there too.
Maybe.
She was the first superstar women's fighter.
Yeah, maybe Ronda Rousey.
I mean, she's the whole reason there are women's divisions in the UFC.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's an interesting topic, though. How long have we been recording for, by the way?
Like 45 minutes?
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, I don't know, maybe this might be a little too boring, but do you want to go through every division and just say who we think is the GOAT at that division?
Let's do it.
That could be fun.
Cool.
But I feel like some would be too obvious.
Do this one. Next episode, we do this. I want to do a combined pound-for-pound ranking.
We might have time to do that today.
Oh. Let's see how long it takes to go through the GOATs at each division. All right.
Okay, do you want to start with the women's?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at let's start with the women's.
I don't know. So strawweight, I literally don't know.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Would you put Rose above her?
No. Joanna was probably the GOAT at that division, 125. All right, flyweight women's.
Valentina.
Bantamweight women's. Nunes.
Or Rousey.
No, Nunes was more dominant
beat
than Rousey.
Yeah, also Nunes knocked out. Wait, or what am I thinking of? Cyborg. Who is it that Nunes just knocked out in 3 seconds?
She knocked out both.
No, but who was it that she just knocked out in 5 seconds? Was it Cyborg?
I know she knocked out Rousey pretty fast.
And I know she knocked out Cyborg pretty fast.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the flyweight division now, since we both agree Nunes. Okay. Flyweight, Demetrius Johnson.
Gotta be Demetrius Johnson, but only one fighter who's better, and that's Ben Askren.
Bantamweight.
Henry Cejudo.
Maybe Dominic Cruz. I know he had a bunch of title defenses, but bantamweight, there's really no certified GOAT there. I feel like.
No, I feel like it has to be Cejudo, no? Here, I'm looking at bantamweight champions. So we have the most title defenses. We have, Dominic Cruz only had 2. Oh, no, but then he
also had a bunch in I forgot what it was called, but the WEC or something? I don't remember.
Yeah. What was it called? It was called the... Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
All right. I think there's really no... Like, that one's one of them that is completely up for argument.
Yeah.
All right. Featherweight.
This one we're going to argue. Okay, so 4 guys. There's really only 4 guys in here. Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, and Conor McGregor.
Yeah. I think McGregor did the most. If you want to count who did the most for the sport, McGregor. If you want to count the best, Aldo.
No, just who is the best fighter?
If you put them all in a tournament and who would win at their prime, Prime McGregor.
Prime McGregor.
No, that sounds like a bad argument. Prime McGregor was a fucking beast.
But was he that beast, that featherweight?
He wasn't that. Yeah, that was his best division, featherweight, hands down.
But if you look at just his best fight of all time, it wasn't at featherweight.
He knocked out Aldo in like 10 seconds with a nice punch to the head.
But
what are you talking about?
What is his best fight of all time? His most dominant performance considered?
Probably Alvarez. I mean,
it's Eddie Alvarez.
I mean, him versus Mendez, he actually fucking killed Mendez. So I would also argue that him versus Chad Mendez was a
Yeah.
pretty good fight.
Jose Aldo had 7 title defenses.
Yeah, I think Aldo has to be the GOAT at featherweight.
Tough to argue with that. Volkanovski has 4. Max had 3.
I think Volkanovski has the potential to be the GOAT at featherweight by the end of his career.
But I think he wants to move up to lightweight, though.
I mean, that would definitely make him the GOAT at. Once you go into that double championship status, you're basically considered a legendary fighter.
Yep.
Alright, lightweight, the division with technically no champion.
Here's the thing. There are 4 guys who have 3 title defenses each.
Alright, Khabib is the lightweight GOAT.
I agree.
I mean,
but BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, and Benson Henderson all have 3 title defenses each. But the reason why I say Khabib is because if you look at the guys he beat and how he beat them.
Khabib just, like, wrestled people to death. I mean,
like,
he wasn't the most entertaining fighter, but he had the best style of fighting for winning.
Absolutely, he was entertaining. I'm quoting Joe Rogan here, but his style was smash. He would come in and smash you.
Yeah.
Completely maul you over.
He wouldn't knock you out, which is what people really
He would
really
knock you out.
But
He knocked out some people by bringing them to the ground and then killing them on the ground with shots to the head. Or going for a slick submission. He lost 1 round in his career to Conor McGregor, and I wouldn't even argue that. I don't know, it's debatable whether or not McGregor actually won that round. But in his whole MMA career, he lost 1 round. 1.
yeah, he is one of the 2 best fighters of all time, with him and St. Pierre. One of the best non-PED users.
Exactly.
Welterweight. Okay. St. Pierre.
St. Pierre has 9 title defenses, and that's on his second run. How many did he have on? Oh, he didn't have any on his first run. 9 title defenses. That's really good.
Would you argue Usman was better?
No. I think if he beat Leon Edwards this fight.
If Usman can go on another run, I think he'll be considered better. But as of right now, I think St. Pierre is the GOAT at that division.
Also, we're all forgetting about Matt Hughes. He's up there.
He's a great fighter all time, but I would not consider him a welterweight GOAT.
Yeah,
he's probably one of the top 3 or top 4 in that division.
Quick, top 5 welterweights of all time.
Damn, you're putting me on the spot.
Number 1,
all right.
Kamaru.
Number 1, St. Pierre.
Oh no, St. Pierre. Number 2, Kamaru.
Number 2, Kamaru.
Number 3,
Number 3,
Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes. Yeah.
Number 4, Tyron Woodley.
Okay, I can accept that. And then number
5, Colby Covington.
I want to say Covington, but he also hasn't really won any championships.
He was an interim champion once.
Yeah, I guess he was, true.
But still, okay, let's look at someone who has 2 title defenses, Robbie Lawler. Covington beat him.
Robbie Lawler could actually... I mean, Robbie Lawler was old at the time, though. Robbie Lawler was on his way out at the time.
Well, actually, wait, my mistake. Matt Hughes has a total of 7 title defenses across 2 reigns. That's more than Kamaru.
Damn. How many does Kamaru have?
Okay, so Kamaru has 5, which is exactly what Hughes had on his first run. Then Hughes won the title back and defended it twice more. So if Kamaru wins the title back from Leon, defends it against Chimaev, and then does a Colby trilogy, he's tied with Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
But we're looking 3 fights in.
Yeah. Alright, so next one would be middleweight, because I think we both agree on St. Pierre.
Yeah, this one's even
middleweight.
easier. What's this
Anderson
argument?
Silva.
Arguably the GOAT.
Silva.
10 title defenses.
Light heavyweight, Jon Jones. We don't even need to discuss that one, and then
Jon
heavyweight.
Jones, easy.
Heavyweight.
Stipe Miocic.
Miocic?
I'd like to say Cormier, but I think Miocic is better.
Cormier doesn't have enough of a record in that division to be considered a GOAT.
It's so tough.
I think Ngannou could be the greatest of all time in that division.
Like, it's so tough to judge guys that just have moved across divisions. Like, if like Volkanovski, if he doesn't move up to lightweight, he could be the GOAT at featherweight. Henry Cejudo, if he didn't move up to bantamweight, he could have been the GOAT at flyweight.
Yeah. Actually, no one beats Demetrius Johnson featherweight. What did he have? 17 straight titles?
I don't know, but if Cejudo didn't move up, he could have.
How many title defenses did Demetrius Johnson have?
Didn't he also have a ton in the organization that was before the
Demetrius
UFC?
Johnson holds the record for 11 straight title defenses consecutive in all UFC history.
Yeah.
11 straight title defenses.
Yeah, that's good. All right, but with that, I guess we can move on to our final topic because we've been recording for around 55 minutes now.
Yes.
Who is... Okay, wait. But what about the thing that I told you about before we started? Do we want to save that for next episode?
Yeah, I forgot what you said before we started.
Okay, well, we'll do it next episode then.
What was it?
No, it was about the what-if scenarios.
Oh yeah, the what-if scenarios. I forgot about those. But let's move on to what do we want to do now?
Okay, let's do 55 minutes. Can we fit both in, or do we want to...
Let's pick one. Pick anything.
Let's do the overall pound for pound.
Okay. So number 1 pound for pound right now.
Has to be Volkanovski.
Volkanovski. Number 2. I want to throw Shevchenko in there. At number 2.
But Shevchenko isn't even the... Shevchenko isn't the number 1 women's pound for pound.
I think she should be number 1 pound for pound, though. Especially since Nunes lost recently.
Is Valentina...
I think right now Shevchenko could beat Nunes. I know it's a hot take, but I think Shevchenko can beat Nunes right now.
Absolutely she can, but will she? You know what?
Especially since...
I put Shevchenko above Volkanovski.
At 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, Volkanovski. Number 3,
I think she has
Nunes.
7 world titles.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think number 1, Shevchenko. Number 2, Volkanovski.
Okay, we're going for it here.
Number 3.
Number 1, it's either Adesanya or Nunes.
I put neither of them at 3.
Oliveira?
Yes, Charles Oliveira.
Okay.
If he loses to Islam, then...
I don't think Oliveira has been champion long enough to really say that yet, though.
But, I mean, he beat all the top guys at featherweight. I mean, at lightweight. He beat Michael Chandler. He beat Tony Ferguson. He beat Dustin Poirier. He beat Justin Gaethje. Only guy he hasn't really beat is McGregor, but he's likely not a 155er anymore.
True.
Other than Islam Makhachev, name one good lightweight he did not beat yet. Benil Dariush?
Did he beat Poirier?
Yes. He beat Poirier.
Okay, I really wish Khabib would just come out of retirement and fight Oliveira already.
I wish he would do that, but he likely won't.
I think that could be one of the biggest selling fights in UFC history. Top 5 for sure.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think Oliveira number 3.
Yeah.
Number 4, Adesanya.
Wait, where does Nunes fit in now?
5.
I think Nunes might be better than Izzy.
No, but you can't play someone that is on a 1-fight winning streak over someone that's on a 6-fight winning, or way more than that.
Alright, so Adesanya, then Nunes.
Yeah.
Don't
Adesanya,
even try and argue with me that.
then Nunes.
Ngannou.
Then Francis Ngannou after Nunes.
Yeah. And then...
Wait, we're just skipping over Usman like this? And Edwards?
I'm struggling to figure out where to put Usman. Because his career could either be over, like he could just be washed up now after that last fight.
I think he goes right below Nunes. And then after Kamaru, we get Leon. But then again, can you put someone below someone they just beat?
No, I think
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know what's wrong with the pound for pound rankings, but
No,
Edwards
no,
should be higher than.
Yeah, maybe Edwards after Nunes, and then Kamaru after Leon.
Yeah.
Then again, can Leon Edwards beat Colby Covington?
I don't think so.
There we go.
I think Covington can out. We have like this weird fucking circle now. Ready? So Kamaru is gonna lose the rematch to Edwards. Edwards is gonna lose to Covington. Covington is gonna lose a rematch to Usman. It's a fucking never-ending circle.
And then Chimaev's like, I'm here too.
And Kamaev's just on the outside looking in like, so someone fight me.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but if it does, I will cry. What if Nate wins?
Nate, hold on. Screw everything else we're talking about right now.
If
Screw
Nate
the pound for
wins,
pound. We are talking about right now what happens if Nate Diaz wins. What happens to that division? That is what needs to be talked about. That is what we need to do.
If Nate wins, it'll be so. I'm rooting for Nate Diaz. You saw my video on him.
If Nate Diaz wins, Chimaev is not fighting Covington next.
I think he's fighting
For
Masvidal instead.
Yeah.
No, Masvidal fights Burns.
The worst part is if Nate Diaz wanted to stay in the UFC, if he wins and Edwards wins, Nate Diaz might have a chance at a rematch against Edwards just because he beat like a #1 contender there.
And he fucking rocked Edwards. People forget that, even though Leon dominated that fight, at the end, he rocked him. That was iconic when he rocked him, then just points at him.
Yeah.
And then I saw the meme of, wait, did you see it? Where, what was Nate doing? He was teaching Edwards how to beat Kamaru. Wait, I don't know, because Chimaev beat Burns. If Burns fights Masvidal, and Masvidal wins...
Okay. If Edwards beats Usman again, and, fucking Chimaev loses to Diaz, that division has, like, nowhere left to go. Like, what do they do from there? There's, like, really nothing they can do.
Usman fights Chimaev for the #1 contender.
And then Covington fights...
Covington gets a title shot against Leon.
So right now, what Covington should be cheering for is Diaz to win. Alright, hold up. So we gotta make...
Wait, Nate's still there. Nate fights Gilbert Burns or something.
Because Nate Diaz isn't coming back to the UFC after this fight.
If he wins, he genuinely might.
But it would be on a fight-by-fight basis. I don't think Dana would
if
want to do that.
If Nate wins, we get a McGregor trilogy at welterweight.
Wait, what happens if both him and McGregor retire and just do a boxing match, though?
Whoa, now we're talking. Both of them want to go box. What if they do the trilogy in boxing?
Alright, here's what's gonna happen. McGregor fights KSI.
Jake fights Nate on the undercard.
and then the winner fights the winner of the other fight.
Then Andrew Tate is somehow involved. He's fighting Logan on like the
Logan is fighting fucking Andrew Tate. Deji is fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yes, Deji has to fight Floyd.
I love how YouTubers have literally revitalized the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
Like now, whenever someone gets big, like when are they gonna fight a YouTuber?
Wait. I got the most important question. On that card, how does this affect Tyron Woodley? Who does he step in for? He has to fight them. Tyron Woodley has to fight him.
Tyron Woodley versus
Oh my god, yes! Yes! Tyron Woodley versus Swarm.
Where's Pineda fight? Wait, no. We need Swarms versus Pineda.
Swarms will knock him the fuck out.
Like, the thing I don't like when people say that, like, both of KSI's opponents were easy. Okay, but Swarms wasn't meant to be good. Pineda was.
Yeah,
like,
Pineda.
Don't discredit.
Pineda
did that.
the biggest punch Pineda landed was on the back of his own head when he started complaining.
Like, don't discredit Swarms, because he actually tried.
Bro, in 2 weeks, he lost, what, like 25 pounds or something?
Yeah. Like, Pineda genuinely... Sorry, not Pineda. Swarms definitely tried there.
Yeah.
That's how, like, now we're just considering every major fighter to fight a YouTuber.
Exactly. No, Kamaru fights Jake in MMA.
Wait. How do we slip Masvidal into all this?
Oh, when Masvidal is boxing, who is he boxing? Who's Masvidal gonna box?
Oh, hold on. We gotta make this ultimate YouTube. I'm going on my notes
Wait.
We gotta write this down. All right. So
Wait.
main event.
Wait, we are forgetting the best fight of all time. Francis Ngannou versus Dana White. It has to happen. They're around the same weight. They hate each other. This is how you make money.
But I love how Dana White was actively rooting against someone who was probably much more marketable than Ciryl Gane. Like, I would rather market Ngannou than Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, or
Gane
Miocic.
is like yeah.
Speaking of which, Gane versus Miocic?
Yeah, that's gonna happen if Gane beats Tuivasa.
Yeah, I feel like if Gane beats Tuivasa,
And then
no,
Miocic
just
beats
winner fights
Jones.
Miocic. Or what
Yeah.
if Miocic fights Jones? Then the winner fights Jones.
Or Miocic if Miocic beats Jones. Don't discredit the fact that Jon Jones has not fought in 5 years. Well, not 5 years, but like 2 or 3 at this point.
What if Jon Jones beats Stipe? Because Stipe's old too.
Then if Jon beats
Daniel
Stipe,
Cormier comes out of retirement and they fight at heavyweight.
Okay, so if Jones beats Miocic, he's fighting Ngannou for sure. Like, UFC is not passing up Jones versus Ngannou.
Is the UFC passing up Jones? You might laugh at this, but Jon Jones versus Brock Lesnar.
And then the UFC signs up that card. Both of them end up testing positive for steroids.
No, but tell
what
me
do
that.
we do now? Fuck it, let him fight roided.
No, let Jon Jones go to the WWE and he fights Brock Lesnar in wrestling.
Yes.
No, Jon
When
Jones.
is Daniel Cormier going to the WWE though? Because we all know it's going to happen at some point.
Really? Cormier to the
Again,
WWE?
Cormier is a massive WWE fan. You didn't know that?
No. No,
Yes.
what's gonna happen is Jon Jones versus Logan Paul in WWE.
Bro, all the clickbait thumbnail thoughts are just running through my head right now. Like,
the thumbnail me is Jon Jones going to the WWE.
Jon Jones next to Vince McMahon or something. Then you got
Dana White versus Vince McMahon. Bro.
Below that, you got a picture of McGregor, Masvidal, Jake Paul, and KSI.
And Andrew
all four
Tate.
next to each other.
No, right now you need to clickbait everything with Andrew Tate.
Yeah. No, you have to have like Andrew Tate kind of like his head just kind of picking out of the corner.
I'm here.
Bro, this could be the fucking greatest thing ever.
This is how you turn professional sports into a clown show, make a shit ton of money, and retire forever.
Yeah. Okay, but what happens if Jake Paul beats like McGregor or Masvidal?
Wait a second. Now this is legit. What if Jake Paul fights Andrew Tate in the UFC? 'Cause Andrew Tate has fought MMA before.
Andrew Tate's getting his ass knocked on the floor.
Maybe in boxing, but in UFC. That might happen.
I mean, didn't Jake Paul used to wrestle though? No, that was Logan Paul.
No,
right?
Jake used to wrestle, but he wasn't nearly as good as Logan.
Well, if they both wrestled, they at least have the experience. So.
Yeah, that's why Logan's doing WWE, because he has wrestling experience in high school.
Yeah. All right, so let's. I think we should probably start to wrap up this podcast before this shit gets any more ridiculous.
But yeah, where were we? Nate Diaz. But yeah,
Nate Diaz is okay. So here's what's gonna happen if Nate Diaz beats Kamaev, or Nate Diaz loses to Kamaev. No matter what, this is happening.
no, if Nate Diaz loses to
McGregor.
Chimaev, he's out. He's actually, if he loses to Chimaev, that's now what, 3 or 4 losses in a row. McGregor's on a 2-fight loss streak. What if McGregor fights Diaz as a trilogy in boxing?
That was what we originally started with.
Exactly, but if he loses, that's what happens. If he wins, they fight in MMA. Yeah, Chimaev fight. Wait, but that's at least 1 or 2 fights into the future. Who does Colby Covington fight now?
Gilbert Burns.
Burns is fighting Masvidal.
Fuck, I forgot.
Everyone's booked. Kamaru's booked with Leon. Chimaev's booked with Nate. Burns is booked with Masvidal. Is he fighting Bilal Muhammad? Bilal Muhammad's also booked.
I think you should just wait and figure out who's up next. Who's available next.
Wait, I need to see
Just
the
wait
UFC
until
welterweight.
Kamaev beats Diaz and then book that fight.
I need to see the UFC welterweight rankings.
Yeah, I'm pulling those up as well. What about Sean Brady?
Let's see. Jeff Neal is number 6.
How?
He went up 2 spots.
Oh.
What if? I know I've been saying his name a lot, but what if McGregor actually comes back to welterweight and fights Covington?
McGregor's getting fucking murdered if that
I know,
happens,
but McGregor
bro.
said he's gonna beat Usman, and if he's gonna beat Usman, you gotta beat Covington first.
What about Steven Thompson?
Wonder Boy. I don't know. No, I think the matchup is McGregor versus Covington if he decides to come back. Burns fights Masvidal. Leon fights Kamaru, and then Chimaev fights Diaz.
We're forgetting, what about Bilal?
Bilal, he's fighting on the Oliveira Makhachev undercard.
And who?
I don't know. Let's see. Oliveira versus Makhachev.
He fighting Sean Brady?
I don't know. Who is he fighting?
That's the only...
Here,
Who
wait.
the fuck is Shavkatat Rakhmonov?
Is that who Bilal is fighting?
I don't know. I just saw that on the rankings. Who is he fighting?
He is fighting. Shit, why can't I see? One sec, I'm pulling it up. Alright, that's Chimaev versus Diaz. Where's 280? Oh, I thought that was Peter Yan. One sec. That's not Peter Yan. Sterling is fighting TJ Dillashaw. Yep, he is fighting Sean Brady.
Alright.
Yeah, this is a very good card. We have Oliveira versus Makhachev as the main event. Co-main, Sterling versus Dillashaw. Third fight, Muhammad versus Brady. Then Beneil Dariush is fighting. And then all the way at the bottom of the card, we have Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan.
That is a great card.
It's really good.
I think we should probably start to wrap it up here, though.
But yeah,
we're running at about an hour.
Yes, this is our 8-man tournament. We have McGregor, Covington.
KSI.
No, McGregor, Covington, Diaz, Chimaev, Usman, Edwards, Covington. I said Covington already. Masvidal, Burns. That's the top 8 at welterweight.
Okay.
They all have a tournament. Winner gets the belt.
Okay, that would be interesting as fuck.
Yeah, so much.
I just realized when Oliveira isn't the champion right now, so when he wins again, they're gonna say "and new," even though it really should just be "and still," which is weird.
Oliveira is a 3-1 underdog.
Is?
Makhachev's the heavy favorite.
No way. I feel like Oliveira should be the favorite.
I know. It's because everyone... I don't know. I hope Makhachev wins, but I'm going to put some money on Oliveira.
Yeah, Oliveira is going to I mean, we said the same thing about Usman. I said, before that, my heart is with Edwards, but my gut is with Usman.
Yeah, my brain says Oliveira, but my heart says Makhachev.
Yeah.
It's tough. No, if Islam loses, is Khabib coming out of retirement? Probably not, but
Mega money. I don't think Khabib wants the mega money fights though.
no. But will he
Imagine if okay, I know this is wrong to say, but imagine if Khabib's father was still alive and he was still fighting. Because the only reason he retired was because his father passed.
Well, I mean, he was going to retire at 30-0 anyway. And he retired at 29-0. The whole
He
point...
would have had that extra fight.
Who would he
have
fight?
fought?
Tony Ferguson.
No, because Ferguson was already shit by the time.
No. So,
Yeah, because he lost to Gaethje, and I think he lost to Oliveira like the same night. Or around then.
oh, yeah. So then he would have likely fought...
Oliveira.
Or Chandler. Or a McGregor rematch could have happened. Because that was before... that was before
McGregor
McGregor
lost to Poirier yet.
Yeah, that was before McGregor Poirier too. That was right when McGregor beat Cerrone.
Yeah, it was. Fuck.
We could have had a
We could have
McGregor
had
rematch.
Dude,
So much
Right.
could have happened.
that would have been amazing.
No, but if you think about it, Oliveira beat if he beats Islam, he now beats Khabib's brother pretty much. He beat his training partner in Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's tough. He beat Poirier, who Khabib is friends with. Khabib might be tempted to come back.
Just shut the... I think Khabib would kill Oliveira, though.
I don't know. For someone that's been off, also, there's no way in hell Khabib is cutting down to 155 ever again.
True.
There is no... Bro, it's like I saw Daniel Cormier
I
saying...
think he might do what St. Pierre did, which is go up a division. So, St. Pierre went to middleweight, he'd probably just go to welterweight.
But would Oliveira go up to welterweight?
He just decided not to cut down, and could he just... Imagine Kamaru versus Khabib?
No, they would never fight.
That would be amazing, though.
I know, but
They did.
But people have been talking about Khabib moving up to 170 and fighting Usman, but they're very good friends. They would. Kamaru said he'd never fight him.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright,
the one fight out of that friend group that was ever made was Oliveira versus Khabib versus Gaethje, and you saw how tough it was for both of them because they are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should probably start to wrap it up here.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. So many great fights coming up. So many fights to make. KSI versus Conor McGregor is confirmed. Make sure to get your tickets in Ireland. It'll be in Ireland.
Yeah, actually, it's gonna be in like that English-owned. It's gonna be in the Great Britain-owned part of Ireland, though. You know.
Yeah.
So they kind of both get the home turf thing going on.
Exactly. So that McGregor's fans can come, but so can KSI. Yeah, that's confirmed. Jake
then
Paul is
also
fighting Andrew Tate.
Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz is gonna be the co-main.
No, he's fighting
then-
both Diaz and Masvidal in one night. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Jake Paul needs to do what KSI did as well.
Yeah, except he fights
And then
Diaz and Masvidal.
Anderson Silva, after being mad that he lost the Jake Paul fight, will be fighting in that third main fight.
Oh yeah, speaking of which,
against
Jake is
Andrew
fighting Anderson
Tate.
Silva.
Yeah,
But that's for real.
But when Jake Paul pulls out and eventually fights Masvidal and Diaz, Andrew Tate will be stepping in to fight Anderson Silva.
Speaking of
I
which,
think that's
arguably the two greatest fighters of all time never fought each other. Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre. What if they fight in boxing?
No, I don't think. I think St. Pierre would lose. St. Pierre, one of his specialties was he could wrestle and strike at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, St.
Like, he was
Pierre.
great at everything,
St. Pierre
but he
said he
wasn't-
wouldn't come back.
Yeah. St. Pierre's out filming Marvel movies now.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say boxing match between Silva and Adesanya, but Israel already.
Adesanya's not.
Yeah, he already
moving
beat him in
for a
MMA.
while.
He already beat him in MMA.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of tough fights.
There's a lot of great things that could happen. When do we want to record the next MMA podcast? How often do we want to do this?
I don't
It's
know.
fun, but like there's only one event a week you could really talk about.
Yeah, I think we'll wait after Oliveira
Sure,
versus
what if after
Makhachev.
each pay-per-view we record a podcast?
Well, our next pay-per-view is Chimaev versus Diaz, and literally nothing will change. Chimaev's gonna beat the fuck out of him, and we'll probably get the next
Okay,
title shot.
so guys, we will see you next podcast when somehow Diaz beats Chimaev
By submission. Has to
by
be by
submission.
submission. Alright, so we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. We've been
Yeah,
recording for nearly 80
bye.
minutes. Goodbye.